South Korea switches over from a rather passive approach in dealing with China's continued complaints and opposition to a THAAD missile defense upgrade. According to our Connie Kim, Seoul senior official held talks with a high-level Chinese government officials to explain South Korea's unchanged stance over the THAAD deployment.
South Korea's top diplomat in Beijing has clarified Seoul's stance on the THAAD missile defense system to China's special representative for the Korean Peninsula. South Korea's ambassador to China, Kim-Jang-soo, and China's top nuclear envoy Wu Dawei's meeting marks the first time the South Korean government has delivered its position to Beijing through an official diplomatic channel since the THAAD deployment to South Korea was confirmed last month.
The two have exchanged views on North Korea's missile launch and the situation on the Korean Peninsula. China, on its side, has reiterated its stance on the deployment of the THAAD battery to South Korea.
Beijing has long been against the deployment of THAAD to South Korea, citing it'll undermine regional stability and Chinese security interests. And since the announcement of the site in South Korea where THAAD is expected to be stationed, Beijing has seemingly started a backlash on South Korea's travel and entertainment industries, while staying reluctant to punish Pyongyang for its continuing missile provocations. Ambassador Kim's move is being seen as a more active approach by the South Korean government to deal with China's intensifying criticism, as opposed to its earlier defensive mode. It also appears to be a shift away from the parliamentary diplomacy opted by 6 South Korean lawmakers of the main opposition party as they travel to Beijing this week. However, despite South Korea's diplomatic efforts to ease tensions with China, Beijing doesn't seem to be quelling its strong stance against the THAAD deployment. Chinese experts who have been in the forefront of raising their voice against THAAD have reportedly emphasized the problems of the system's radar. South Korean opposition lawmakers on their side are said to have explained how the two nations should resolve this difficult situation together. The two sides have reportedly exchanged views on improving bilateral relations, but polarized views over the THAAD deployment are likely to continue for the time being, with Seoul's foreign ministry saying it'll continue government-level talks with Beijing over the anti-missile defense system. Connie Kim, Arirang News.